I'm Melanie Royals with Royal Design Studio and Modello Designs. At Royal Design Studio, we create reusable Mylar stencils. Modello Designs is a little bit different. They're also patterns, but these are cut from a one-time use adhesive-backed vinyl. The Modello masking patterns make it really easy to add decorative pattern to all different types of architectural surfaces, and you can incorporate many different mediums. One medium that I use a lot with my Modello masking patterns is SkimStone. And here I have Katrina Johnson, who is the technical representative from SkimStone. And she's going to be joining me for this video series. We're going to share the basics of SkimStone and the basics of using that with Modello Decorative Masking Patterns. Now, I've been using SkimStone for at least 10 years.
Right.
And I love it. And I've used it in many different applications: interior, exterior, countertops, tabletops. So I know quite a bit about SkimStone, but they don't. So why don't you give us an overview about what SkimStone is and what it does?
Sure, I'd love to. SkimStone is a hybridized Portland cement based product. It is a decorative finish for existing concrete floors. And we've also been able to use it to refinish existing laminate countertops, tile surfaces, pretty much any hard surface that you want to have a sort of plaster finish, but with the durability of cement. Okay.
And so I think it's a very simple system because there's not too many different components that go into it. But even though it is quite simple, there are a lot of opportunities to be creative with it.
That's right.
With the color mixing. So why don't you go through and just tell us a little bit about each of the products that are in the line?
Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Type 1 solution. The Type 1 solution is an acrylic solution that is sort of a milk-looking product. And this is the base for all of your tinting. We use the Type 1 solution and we tint it with any one of our SkimStone color packs. The color packs come in 18 different colors. Each color can be tinted up to 5 different shades by how much color you add into the Type 1 solution. So if you added 8 ounces of colorant into a gallon of Type 1, you would get this dark shade here. The next one down is 4 ounces of color into a gallon of Type 1, 2 ounces, 1 ounce, and ½ ounce.
Okay, so the same color will give you all of those different values.
That's right.
Just by how much you mix in into the acrylic solution.
Yeah, almost like tinting paint.
Okay, great.
So once you have your Type 1 solution tinted, then we add that Portland cement-based powder. The powder is added at about a 1-to-1 ratio, and we'll talk a little bit more about it later on in the series, but depending on how rough or smooth the surfaces that you're covering, you'll use more or less of the powder.
Okay, so you mix the color into the Type 1 solution,
right,
and then you mix the powder into your tinted Type 1 solution, and that makes SkimStone.
Right,
okay.
And we have the 5-gallon bucket sizes, we have the small 1-gallon bucket sizes, and depending on the size of your job, you can mix and match the size that you actually need to do the job, which is great for contractors. And then we also have in the line, to finish off a project, the protective sealer.
Okay.
And the protective sealer is a water-based single-component urethane. It's a very low solids product that's VOC compliant throughout the country, so it can be used here in California. It's a very durable floor finish. The last thing I want to talk about is the bonding primer. The bonding primer is a pre-mixed product that we use to go over non-porous surfaces.
Okay, so the SkimStone can be applied directly to clean and sound concrete.
Right.
Or by using the bonding primer, it can be applied to almost any other hard surface.
That's right. So we use the bonding primer to go over laminate countertops, to go over tile countertops. We even use it on concrete surfaces when we can't get in and open them up and make them porous and perfect. So the bonding primer is a great product to have when you're doing a SkimStone project.
And we'll be talking about that a lot more later on in the series.
Right.
So this sounds like it's a really great resurfacing product for professional contractors and do-it-yourself homeowners alike.
It's a very easy to use product depending on the size of the project. A homeowner or do-it-yourselfer could potentially do it, but the artistic side of it is really kind of incredible. We'll talk a lot more about that later on in the series, but contractors and artisans can create amazing things. We can do the patterns, we can do million different looks just using the same products with a few different techniques.
Okay, well, as we continue in this video series, we're going to show you the step-by-step process for applying the bonding primer, applying the SkimStone, mixing a custom color, and adding a Modello pattern. So let's get started.
All right.